The kid is 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 your main man here, Double H half hope, trying to live, trying to exist, 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 trying to exist, trying to exist, trying to live, 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 trying to exist. Guys, it's the Friday Q&A. It's the question and answer. It is where you guys send hopefully your quality questions, and I do my best to answer them and so forth. So again, guys, remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to support your boy half or support the football savant, support the number one football analyst on the planet, man, just click on the links in the description box below. Click on the links on the description box below for how you can help to support your boy HH Half folks in order that I can live, breathe, eat, and give you that amazing content crack, that amazing, beautiful content crack. Always remember, like the vid. If you're new, subscribe. If you're new, like to subscribe, guys. Well, we're approaching our seal, guys. It's so close. I hope that you've been paying close attention to the Champions League build-up videos, because every day it normally drops around 1 p.m. GMT. We chop away a day. We go through a team and we chop away a day. So remember, we've got the hangout on Saturday. Lots of stuff to discuss. We're going to discuss Messi. We're going to discuss Mourinho. We're going to discuss Klopp. And maybe even Man City as well on the Saturday hangout. It's going to be fun. Lots of stuff. And on Sunday is our CL discussion. Do we have to readdress PSG Barca again? Because after a week, I think maybe we just have to readdress certain fixtures and certain things. So much to look forward to. But guys, we're building up. And of course, there's dugout stuff as well that you can look forward to on Monday and Thursdays. There's the Talking Tactics podcast that always drops on Tuesday on SoundCloud. And of course, the Complicated Chelsea show on Thursday. We've got a special announcement for the Complicated Chelsea show very soon. So guys, man, I told you, this is the network. So let's now take your questions before we go to the live chat. So guys, talk amongst yourselves, have fun and so forth, man. And just because it's Friday night. Guys, it's Friday nights. This should be where you should be chilled out with your girl. Okay? With you. And say some stuff. So let me open up and see what you guys have sent your boy. Let's see. Okay. How good are these questions really? Shout out to Cristiano. I want to wish happy birthday to Cristiano Ronaldo. Quality. Enjoy your day. Get me a World Cup, score it in an international final. Thank you. So the first question that we have is share screen, application window. From Jonathan Green. Maybe, are you green with envy? You green with envy. Man City will have won 5 Premier Leagues in 9 years, with 3 in 4 years after this season. If we win the Champions League this season, our odds after to be high with how solid our team looks. Man City will have to be considered as a top European club, your opinion. So here's the thing here, a top European club. See, some people will say that you just got here. You need to earn thy stripes. And we can't give you that Lara Croft without you trying to say, you've got to say what's up for a few years. What has always been missing from Man City is the Champions League. See, the Champions League solidifies you as a big-time club. That's a big-time trophy. Don't listen to what the English media tell you, because the English media are liars, okay? Because they will lie to you and say, oh my gosh, the Premier League is the biggest league in the world. If you win the Premier League, you're the biggest league. No. The Premier League is just the same as the Bundesliga, the same as La Liga and so forth. It is your domestic trophy. It's important, but nothing beats the big boy trophy. The big boy trophy is what proves that we need to take it seriously. So for Man City are yet to sit at the same table as Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man United without that seal. I don't care about Nottingham Forest. I don't give a damn about Aston Villa. I'm about seal. European before the 90s, that didn't count. No one cares about that. We're here for the seal. We are seal merchants. But City are looking good. They're looking very good. I think that they are strong favorites to win the Premier League this season. I do believe, because as Klopp is under pressure. That's why Klopp is trying to play mind games. But Klopp is really bad at mind games. So his mind games don't work. Because if City get that on Sunday, I think it's a wrap. And I think that if City beat Liverpool on Sunday, we could be looking at like a 15, 18 points beatdown, and then Liverpool will now have to seriously struggle. Now let's think about this. If City beat Liverpool on Sunday and Chelsea say what's up to, I believe, Sheffield United, Balatino, Tino, cause I'm gonna ride, your boy Chelsea trying to say what's up, your boy trying to chill my side, your boy Chelsea trying to say what's up. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, zip. So, but they're looking good. But with regards to Europe, Champions League is a different grave. Remember, the 100 points City Premier League winning team didn't make the CL final. The 98 points winning CL team didn't make the final. So how good is the Premier League really? If a team can get 100 points and 98 points in the Premier League and cannot sniff a CL final, how seriously should we take the Premier League? How seriously should we take it? So it's obviously can't be that tough if you can get those amounts of points, but still get your chin smacked by Liverpool, Tottenham, and the great invincible Lyon. But City looking good. They're looking good. All I'm saying is that, bro, just as Jay-Z said in Takeover, man, you don't want to be the next dude up on that Summer Jam screen. Pep, you don't want to be the subject of Half Hope's post-match streams. I told you, there is a thin post-match streams. I do it bare-chested, I do it half-naked, and so forth because I'm a bit mad. So Pep, I told you, I don't want to do these lap streams. I don't want to, but you force me to. Because if you don't say what's up, I'm gonna have to get up. I'm gonna have to get up in it, bro. I'm gonna have to say what up. So Pep, say what's up in that CL and bring it home, because I told you, we'll talk about it more. I think this is the season. Because for me, I thought it was last season. But I think again, they are strong favorites. They're strong favorites because Ruben Diaz and John Stones are saying what's up. But my thing is that this is the mistake, and we'll talk about this on Sunday. Who gives a crap what you're doing in the Premier League? No one gives a damn. Yeah, that's all cool. Sheffield United, what's Southern? Who are these dudes? Let's see you in Europe, and let's see what you do in Europe, where is the big boy thing, because your boy Mönchengladbach are waiting for you. And for us, those guys, they ain't gonna make it easy on you. So thank you for the question, big man, Mr. John Green. Thank you. What else we have here? Okay, this is an interesting one. So this is from EJ, who says, HH, okay, let me look at my eyes out. HH, Marcelo or Dani Alves as a footballer, not defender? And will we ever see any fullback as skillful like them both? Thanks. It's funny because one of the videos doing the rounds on Twitter is where Dani Alves gives birth to Cristiano. Crazy. And also, I think they said Dani Alves, he's the most decorated football player in history, which is insane. Absolutely freaking insane. So let's first look at this. Marcelo or Dani Alves, who, for me, Marcelo. Marcelo's defending, a lot to be desired. What Marcelo can do on the ball is insane. His ability is insane. Some of the stuff that this guy has done to people. Some of the kinds of skills, the moves, the kinds of things he's been able to conjure up with and be absolutely freaking insane. Dani Alves is damn good. But see, for me, I think Dani Alves is the better overall right back. He's the better overall fullback because I think his defending is better than Marcelo. But in terms of quality as a footballer, for me, Marcelo beats Dani Alves. Whoever see any fullback or skill, for sure, it's Brazil. Like when Carlos Alberto said what's up, people like, man, we'll never see anything like Carlos Alberto. Then when we saw Cafu and Roberto Carlos, man, we'll never see anything like Cafu, Roberto Carlos. And now Marcelo and Dani Alves came through. I can almost put money down, if I had any money down, that we will see another amazing Brazilian fullback who could probably even be better than Dani Alves and Marcelo and do even crazy things. Brazil is a crazy, crazy country. So for sure, I do believe that we're going to see more of those dudes saying what's up and coming back again, man. Thank you for the question, big man. Okay, now this is one of our this is another interesting one, man. So from I think it's better from Latin Rosario from Latin Rosario. H, is this the real Latin Rosario? H, do you really think Atletico can dominate Spain for the next couple of years? If you look at their average squad age, it's fairly young and haven't even peaked yet. The core are 25 to 27. Felix is only going to get better, given Barcelona's financial mismanagement and Real Madrid's reluctance to spend and the financial implications of COVID. I reckon Simeone can rack up a few more league titles, especially without a prime Messi Cristiano carrying the classical sides. You make an interesting point. Because this is something, because basically, before the season started, I said, this is going to be the decade for Real Madrid. That Barcelona, I think that Barcelona after Messi are going to struggle. They're going to struggle after Messi because they don't have a replacement for a Messi. So Real will now rule. But I didn't think Atletico would be this money. I didn't think Atletico would try and say. I didn't think Atletico would say chill out as much to this level. I didn't think so. So I really feel that we could be having a very different outlook come forth. Real Madrid are always Real Madrid. Doesn't matter how difficult a situation there is, they are the biggest team in the world. That jersey is the most famous jersey in the world. And they will always attract the best talent. So Real Madrid are always going to be in the mix. Barcelona, yes, but I don't think Barcelona have the same pull as a club as a Real Madrid. Barcelona had a massive pull, I think, due to Messi. Barcelona, look, they still have a pull, but I still don't think it's to the same degree as Real Madrid because Real Madrid are the most successful club in Europe. Therefore, they're the biggest club in the world. So I think Real Madrid will still be there. I have questions about Barcelona. So it is looking as if Simeone can keep all these guys in check, keep them all together as one in a core, and so forth, I think he can definitely say what's up. I think he can definitely say what's up. I think he can you could definitely see a power struggle between Atletico and Real Madrid. Barcelona, I've got question marks, but they may surprise people. Even this season, Barcelona could even surprise guys this season. Like, are we sleeping on Barcelona? Are we sleeping on them? They could do something. So, for me, I feel that dominate is a strong word. I'm not going to go there to dominate because I think that's been disrespectful to Real Madrid. But I do feel that we could now see like maybe a 3-horse race. I think the last decade was dominated by Messi, Cristiano. You know, they redefined goal scoring consistency. Messi redefined performance consistency. And that was very difficult for anybody to say what's up. So it was even a miracle Atletico could even get a league win during that decade back in 2014. But without Messi, like we will never see Messi and Cristiano in a lifetime in terms of goal scoring consistency. That's never going to happen. So Barcelona are going to look very, very different without a Messi, without a bona fide superstar. Real Madrid, who will they find and who will they be able to attract, and will they be as effective as that team, and will they be able to have the same goal scorer as Cristiano did? So, my prediction is, I think we're going to have, it's going to be like a 3-horse race. It's going to be how you had it in Italy, where it was Juve, Inter, AC Milan. And they sort of took it to turns in winning between those three. I think what you're going to do is that Atletico are now going to become a major player. Like for the past decade, it was Barca, Real, Barca, Real, Barca, Real. I think now for the next decade, I think it's going to be 3. I think Barca will still be able to say what's up. I think Barca will find a superstar. Who knows what Ansu Fati, Pedri, and Ricky Puig could turn into? They could turn into like a really amazing talent. Who knows who Real will buy? What if Real gets Mbappe? What if they get Erling Haaland? So if they get a Haaland and an Mbappe, what if they get a Salah? You know, that now makes things very difficult for Atletico. So I think that we have to not be reactionary and say, oh, look how amazing they've done this season. Season isn't over yet. The season is over yet. Let's just see how the season ends, because I think Barca might say something. But to say dominates is going too far, but I will definitely be with you in saying that they're going to be a major player for the forthcoming decade, for sure. All right. So, what else are we saying, man? Okay, this is an interesting one. I mean, they're all interesting, but I think this is one that we've had before, but let's even further elaborate. From Jack22, what are your thoughts on the European Super League? Are you down with it, or do you think it's the right step to help football evolve? You see, my thing about it is that it's about facing reality, and let me just be clear on the Super League. My thing is, what if Juve end up winning 10 in a row? 9 in a row is crazy. 9 in a row is crazy. But if they do end up sealing the deal and winning 10 in a row, now what? If Bayern end up doing 10 in a row, now what? PSG doing the thing, although someone sent me a Twitter DM that says that Marseille could be in the midst of a takeover. So I think PSG's time of dominance may come to an end, because I think they say that Marseille could join them in terms of big money spending. See, my thing is, I don't want the European Super League because it messes with the Champions League, and for me, I love the Champions League format. If the Super League takes over the Champions League, I don't like that. I think that's trash. But at the same time, you've got to face reality. Certain teams are far too overpowered in the domestic leagues, and you also have to look at the money. There is too much money to be made if you are in a Super League, and at the end of the day, this is still a money making business. So for me, I think his Super League, I don't think it's a necessary evolution for football having a Super League, But at the same time, you say to yourselves that you look at that word evolve. If these teams like a Bayern or a Juve, Man City, Liverpool, PSG continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and they literally win the league every single year, they win the league every single year. What do you do? Because remember, we are living in a very different world as opposed to 10 years ago or 20 years ago. There is so much money in the game right now. Football is at its peak of its popularity that it's going to make it even much more difficult for any team other than a Man City, a Liverpool, a PSG, a Juve, or Bayern to say, what's up? Because that exclusive club is becoming more and more and more exclusive. So people will say, oh my gosh, this is anti-football. You're going against the passion and the integrity of football. But then I say, what integrity is there in a team winning a league title 10 times in a row? Tell me, what's the integrity there? What's the integrity on a team who they play their rivals and they beat the crap out of them like 6-0, 5-0, 4-0? The game is over after 30 minutes. What's the point? Like for Bayern, do you enjoy lubricating on the Bundesliga every single year? Juve, do you enjoy lubricating on the Serie every single year? Because for me, I think that's why I always use the word dud. Dud is what should really satisfy you. Because dud is what tells us, aha, I deserved this victory. This victory was mine. Degree of difficulty. I keep saying that, degree of difficulty. That is key. That should never ever be ignored. The degree of difficulty is something that should never ever be ignored. And I don't know how much dud there is in the way that the freaking domestic game is right now. So I don't want the European Super League if it messes with the Champions League. If it doesn't mess with the Champions League, bro, I say roll on. All right. Now this was one that I had to sort of prepare for. So, from your boy Serge, name a trio which could be the perfect replacements for the current trio of Real Madrid midfield of Kroos, Casemiro, Modric. They are expired in my humble opinion. Shout outs to Martin, King Soul, Splashnet O, and my boy Alex One. Peace. So shout out to you guys, and shout out to you guys, and of course this must be from my Miami amigo, Mr. Contetrao. So I actually had to write this down. So let me just take what I've taken here, man. So where are we? No, we're here actually. We're here. So 3. And I think the key thing about this is that you have to look at the Casemiro role, the Modric role, and the Toni Kroos role. Casemiro, he's like the DM who can also go off, but I think he's there to be the interceptor, the spoiler, and go box to box. Toni Kroos is there to keep possession of the ball and to keep Real Madrid in control. And you've also got Madrid, who is the midfielder who breaks from midfielder, and then he helps to connect their attack. So those are 3 guys that I went for. And I think the key thing is when you say a replacement, the key thing is age. So I can't look at a 31-year-old or a 32-year-old. Look at guys 20, 21, 22, or in the peak 27 to 28. So now, it doesn't mean that Real can get them, but these are the guys who I have earmarked, because those specific roles, specifically if you look at guys who are excellent in those roles, are going to be quite hard. So, first off, I said Fabinho. For me, Fabinho is 27 years old, and he very much does battle with Casemiro for that role in Brazil. But I think with Casemiro growing older and so forth, I definitely believe that Fabinho is going to make that role himself, specifically in the Brazilian national team. And you may expect Fabinho to be in that DM role, very important DM role for Brazil come the World Cup. So I said Fabinho. Now, will they get him? No, but I think Fabinho is the best in that position right now. It's between him and Casemiro. So there's Fabinho. Now, for the Toni Kroos role, the guy who controls the midfield and so forth, this might surprise some of you guys, but I think he started off shaky, but I think he's now improved himself. Frenkie de Jong. Now, doesn't mean that Real will get him, but I think that he is the best kind of replacement, if ever there was to be a Luis Figo type deal. I think de Jong has now shown what he showed for Ajax and for Holland under Koeman. Composed on the ball, can keep possession, make smart passes, and can help keep Barcelona in control of the game with his very good ability to control and maintain possession. So that's Frenkie de Jong. And for an attacking midfielder, maybe one that you may not really know, or you may not think that I would have put him out there, Barella. This is, of course, the Inter Milan attacking midfielder. How old is the dude? I think that the dude might be 20. Wait, Barella age. Let's see how old this dude is. 23. 23 years of age, so he's a young dude. For me, he's really impressed me with his balance, his decision making, ability to find a pass, like his pass to I believe it was his pass to Lautaro Martinez against Juve was outstanding, and also his ability to also score as well. I think he's definitely one of the best young attacking midfielders out there in Europe right now. Just a true quality player. So those are the dudes. And see, the fact of the matter is that it is true. Zidane won't listen because Zidane is stubborn, and rightfully so. He's a horseman. You can't argue with a horseman. But Real, this iteration, it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. It was a great ride. I mean, 3 sales are 3 sales. That is an amazing feat that no one can sneeze at. But Perez knows that this team needs a complete upheaval. It needs a complete rebranding. And you've already seen Marcelo quietly being ushered out. Ramos, he may be on his way out as well. Modric is just giving you the last few fumes of fire that he can muster. But you know that Modric is very soon, he's going to be out as well. And then, of course, you now know for Toni Kroos, how long can he last for Casemiro? So Real needed a massive, they need a new paint job. They need a new paint job, and I think the quicker they have it, the better. So those are my choices there, man. So let's see, man. We've got 2 more questions to go. So The big man, Jonas Philberg, man. Horseman member, Jonas, man, we thank you, man. We thank you for your donation. We thank you for your donations, man. I am honored. So Mr. Jonas Philberg says, hi, HH, for your Q&A, rank these Premier League achievements and teams. Man United 3 titles in a row, 06, 07, 07, 08, 08, 09. Chelsea 95 points and record defense of just 15 goals conceded. 04-05 Man City 100 points and joins most wins and most goals scored in a season. 17-18 Liverpool 99 points and 32 wins. 2019 and 2019-2020 Leicester City 15-16. Arsenal's undefeated league season 03-04. Woo, man, this is interesting. So let's write this all down, man. Let's try and write this all down. So we've got the actually wait, no, I think I've got a sheet of paper here. Let's write this down. So we have United, Man United, 3 titles in a row. We have Chelsea, Uncle Moo, the defense, 15 goals conceded. Man City, 100 points. The Centurions, with also most wins and most goals scored in a season. Liverpool, 99 points. Leicester City. And Arsenal Invincibles. For me, already right at the bottom, I'm going with Liverpool. That is so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number 6 is Liverpool. Number 5. I'm going with Man United 3 titles in a row. It's good, but I've got to go with that. Titles in a row. Number 4. This is difficult. This is hard. This is hard. This is hard because the Leicester City thing is wow. That's in a once in a lifetime. You know, Chelsea, that is incredible. 15 goals conceded is absolutely incredible. Man City 100 points, man. Oh, this is tough. Jonas, man. But this is tough, bro. I'm gonna say all right. 4, I'm gonna go with Chelsea defense. 3, I'm gonna go with Leicester City. 2, I'm gonna go with the Centurions, and 1, Arsenal. So let me just explain my so Liverpool 6, it's cool and so forth, but for me, I think that achievement, I think it's a great achievement, but I think compared to the other ones, it ain't that great. Man U, to defend the title is great. To defend the title twice is amazing. But for me, I think winning 3 titles in a row in the Premier League ain't the same as winning 3 titles in a row in the Champions League, which I think might be the greatest ever club feat that we've seen a manager or a team do. So that's still cool for Man U did, but better than Liverpool thing, but compared to the others, nah. Chelsea, bro, 15 goals conceded is insane. It's insane. It's so insane that I don't think anybody will ever even equal it or therefore beat it. And the fact that I think he did it in his very first season, I think is absolutely incredible. And only lost 1 game to Man City. But then you look at Leicester City, man, that is one of the great achievements in football. Just forget in England, it is one of the craziest achievements in football. When you just know of the spending power of the Premier League, and the fact that Leicester City were almost relegated the year before, I think is a freaking crazy. It's a crazy thing, man. And then I went to the Centurions too. As you've said here, what's it called? Most 32 wins, 100 points, most goals scored. And it was just the way in which they did it. The way that they just totally decimated and for me, that was how basically they malnourished the Premier League. I think that was where I said that this is no longer the elite league anymore. When City did what they did, I said I've lost almost all respect to this Premier League. Roll on the seal. Premier League is cool and everything, but never talk about this league as being the top, because remember Pep, they insulted him and they abused him in the first season. So, look at this guy doing football. So, you're going to abuse me? All right, bet. 100 points, 32 wins, 106 goals. So he completely and totally disrespected it. And I think because he disrespected the Premier League so bad, I think the English media have always had it out for him. They've always had it out for him and say, oil money, because he made a mockery of the Premier League, and he made a mockery of people who call the Premier League the toughest league in the world, when he just took a crap on the entire league. Insult him all he wants. Abuse him all he wants. Just abuse him. Call him a useless man. You never beat me. Basically, it's like the Floyd Mayweather flex. Insult Floyd Mayweather. Say, okay, Mayweather, you're boring. You only fought guys whenever they were on the down. You picked and choose your fights. Okay, cool. No one ever beat me. There's just something special and unique about you never beat me, because all these guys are cool. But Leicester City, you were beaten. Liverpool, you were beaten. City, you were beaten. Chelsea, you were beaten, albeit only once, and I was lucky. United, you were beaten. Arsenal are the only guys that say, we were never beaten. I think even somebody even made the point. You see, Man U's feet can always be beaten. Man City's feet can be beaten. Liverpool's feet can be beaten. Leicester City's feet can obviously be beaten by, let's say, like a team that have maybe even less funds and so forth. Chelsea's feet can definitely be beaten, unless let's say you say, okay, we didn't consider any goals. Arsenal is the only feat that can only be equaled. You can't beat Arsenal's feet. You can only equal it, And the fact that no one yet have still been able to do what Arsenal did, I think, is a testament. So people say, they drew so many games and so forth. I'm sorry, it's a star. So Wenger can say, and insult me only once, call me a voyeur, call me anything. No one ever beats us. And I just think that is a flex that's unlike any other flex. That's, sorry, man, you never beat us. We're unbeaten. And yes, because I remember watching that season, I think I was in America at the time, the first third or first half, bro, Arsenal were blowing guys away. They were like, the football that Arsenal were playing in that first half were amazing. Then when they knew that, oh my gosh, we're actually ahead, they just got tactical. Like, all right, bet, let's chill. Let's keep doing it. And when they knew that, oh my gosh, we cannot do a special feat, they're like, no, let's be unbeaten. Liverpool could have very easily done that, but, they obviously didn't really want to win that feat. So yeah, for me, we're going to put it right with what Arsenal did there, man. So, final question, and now this is one where we need a little bit of time here. Well, you see, this is why it's always good for you to send me these questions out at hand, because Homeboy sent me this question early, I was not able to think and do it. So it's this question here from Damian Perez. HH, still waiting for your top 15 greatest strikers. This was hard. This was very hard to do. And I'm not even sure whether my list is right. Let me even see. I'm not sure whether my list is even right, man. But this was very hard to do, man. But I'll try and show you my list. I'll show you my list. Well, let me just make sure that nothing is... All right, this is my list here. And remember, this may be right, may be wrong, but this is just what I came up with because this is very hard to do because the waiting was very tough. But I'll just try and show you what I did, man. So let me show you. Share screen. The application window. There we go. Memo notepad. So I'm sure you can't see that. All right. So this is what I came up with. I remember the keyword here is striker. So even now, I may even change this up and down. So Ronaldo, Germola, Etso, Romario, Van Basten, Weah, Lewandowski, Baggio, Kluivert, Villa, Batistuta, Shevchenko, Benzema, Shearer, Henry. See, even now, for me, Ronaldo top. That is without a doubt. Germola, do your Google's Wikipedia. For some. I'm putting Eto'o third. I don't care what anyone says. Nations Cup winner twice. Has won 2 trebles and was a key member of those 2 trebles. Has scored in 2 Champions League finals, 2 key goals in 2 Champions League finals. You see, now, for me, Romario was an amazing player, but is Romario a better striker than Van Basten and Weah? Or even Lewandowski? I don't know. So for me, maybe I put Romario there because as a player, remember, the keyword here are strikers. Not 15 rated players, 15 rated strikers. So for me, I'm thinking you may have to put Van Basten over there. And then I may even say, what? I may say Weah. I may do that. I may just do that. Romario, Lewandowski over Baggio. Baggio was clutch. Baggio said what's up in 1990. He said what's up in 94. Baggio was a sniper. Nah, man, I've got to put Villa up. I've got to put Villa here, man. World Cup and Euros, man. World Cup and Euros. I'm sorry, I'm a World Cup merchant. The guy said what's up with the World Cup. Clutch. The guy was too clutch at the World Cup. Too clutch. But I'm gonna see. This is too tough. I've got to say Baggio. David Villa, Lewandowski, Kluivert, Batistuta, Shevchenko over Benzema. Yeah, Shevchenko. Yeah, Peak chef was key. Peak chef. Shevchenko. Benzema over Shearer. See, for me, Henry was a player. That's why Henry, I never view Henry as like a top striker. He was just a top. What about Drogba? What about Drogba, man? Let's just put Drogba in there. Shh, guys, shh. Don't shh. Just ignore it. Guys, just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just ignore. Just keep moving. So what is it? So, chef. See, it's tough. It's tough. You see, but for me, I'm happy with like the first 5 or 6. Ronaldo, boom. Germola, boom. Eto'o, boom. I've got to pull way out above Van Basten. I'm sorry. Weah, boom. Van Basten. I've got to put Baggio in there, man. It's tough. This is an impossible thing to do because you've got to take so many things. You have to take goals scored. When did he score? Dud. How many winning goals? Did he score in a World Cup final, World Cup semi, Euro final, Euro semi, CL final, CL semi? Your consistency. How many clutch goals? So this is where we almost need like a day. Maybe this is like a great debate to have. Like if we just say, let's sit and have a debate and let's just really debate of a 15 greatest strikers list, man. It's tough. But the key word is striker. Striker. You have to focus on a word. A footballer is different from a striker. You know. That is why if you just focus striker, guys, Batistuta is very high. Batistuta is guys. Batistuta. Do you move Batistuta above Romario? You see, the guy was a striker. Batistuta was a striker. See, guys, it's too tough. It's way too tough. It's way too tough, man. So, guys, look, man, thank you for the questions there for you guys. Let me see what you guys say, man. It's too tough, man. It's way too tough, man. It's way too tough, man. It's way too tough. So, guys, send in your questions, man. I'll take questions from the live crew, man. Live crew, guys. We're making it cool, man. Live crew, man. We're making it cool, man. Live crew, man. We're making it cool, man. Live crew, man. So send your questions away. Send your questions away. Send thy questions away, man. What's it called? I forgot Cannibal Suarez. You see, yeah, so many. Zlatan. I forgot so many of these guys, man. You see, as the guy said, Badji is not a striker. Badji is not a striker, man. All right. Badji is not a striker, man. You see, no, Cannibal, I know should have been in there. You know, I tell you what, Mossab, I put Trezeguet. Trezeguet was on my list. Basically, I did like a list of like 18. I just said, boom, first 18 names. So Trezeguet was on my list of 18, but then I said, if I'm whittling it down, I don't think Trezeguet makes a 15 greatest. Trezeguet was money. Does Trezeguet make 15 greatest? He makes 20, 25. I don't think he makes a 15, man. You know. So guys, come on. Sending questions, man. Sending questions, man. Sending questions. Sending questions. Your boy is here, man. And sending those cues, man. Sending those cues. What is happening to Adama Traore from Wolves? No goals or assists this season. You see, Adama Traore is one of those dudes that he needs coaching badly. You know, he badly needs coaching. Because he's the kind of dude where you've got so much ability, within you, but it needs to be channeled in the right way. Because there are times where, I know you can dribble. You don't have to dribble there. You don't have to beat a man there. You can very easily make a pass. So his decision making is very, very bad. And he seems always almost over too eager to try and beat a man and dribble a man, or he will try and overrun the ball. So I'm looking at Nuno Espirito Santo. You're the manager. You're supposed to be his guiding lights, and you have to be able to try and get the guy to be a bit more effective in his play. And I think that there is a lack of effectiveness in his play, which is why he's sort of been able to go off the ball. But although for Wolves, man, Wolves have not really been that money. So, what can you say? Let's see, man. It's CR7's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Can you get me a World Cup knockout goal and a G in an international final? How old are you now? How old are you now? I hope you give Ede a special present for making you relevant. Guys, come on, that was beautiful, man. That was a beautiful song, man. I hope you loved that, man. I hope you loved that. He has to say thanks for the dub, thanks for the dub, ooh, thanks for the dub, thanks for the dub, ooh, thanks for the dub, thanks for the dub, thanks for the dub, thanks for the dub, ooh. HH, honest assessment of Maldini. In 05, he was in an AC Milan team who bottled a 3-0 lead in the final. He missed the opportunity to win a World Cup in 06. First off, let's respect Maldini. He's one of the finest defenders of all time. He's one of the best defenders the game has ever seen. So just with regards to the skill and the art of defending, let us give Maldini that dub. Let's respect him. But Maldini has blemishes on his resume. Yes, he eventually won in 07. That 05 is a massive blemish on his resume. Because to bottle a 3-0 lead against not the greatest Liverpool team was an absolute disgrace. Hence why I have zero respect for that Milan team. I don't want to hear anything about that Milan team. And yeah, he never... I don't think Maldini ever won a Euros or a World Cup. He never won a Euros or a World Cup. That's deep, man. Because I think that he could have easily made that 06 team if he wanted, because the guy could play for ages and ages. But although, here's the thing though. So if Maldini continued to play in 06, where does he play? Left back. Which means he replaces Fabio Grosso. So to easily win that World Cup, if Maldini replaces Grosso at left back and Grosso doesn't go on that run that leads to the penalty against Australia that Totti scores, Grosso doesn't end up scoring that goal in extra time against Germany in the semi. It's deep, man. It's deep. So, but I think again, respect Maldini for all he's done. He's a Milan legend and so forth. But he's got blemishes on his resume. He has blemishes on his resume, man. All right, let's see what you guys say, man. I saw another good one, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. How come you're a Brazilian without a World Cup? I get you moved to PSG so you could deliver them a CL. Unless you win a CL for them, you'll just be Messi's surrogate child. There you go. There you go. So, so yeah, who are doing to sing it and happy birthday to man. When are you making a video on Kuta? What really happened to his career? Actually, because on the website, I always do a player of the day on the official website, halfoffootballhot.com. And Guti was one of those dudes where, see, if Guti played around this period right now, he'd be more appreciated. He was a quality player. He played at a time when you were not a star name. Look at some clips of Guti. The guy did some crazy stuff, some outrageous stuff. Same thing with Redondo. Remember that dribble that Redondo did in that game against Man United, where he destroyed that United defender, then gave the ball to Raul to score. But you were overshadowed by the Galacticos, by the massive, huge names. So guys are like, oh my God, Zidane, Roberto Carlos, Figo, Ronaldo, and so forth. But like, oh yeah, Guti, you're one of those dudes. So, but I just think that, if he maybe existed at this period, in this time, with this Real Madrid team, I think he'd be a lot more greatly appreciated. So just, wrong timing when he was able to say, what's up, man. Let's see what you guys saying, man. So the message. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. If I ever see you in a dark alley, you will regret it for your whole life. How dare you miss an open? How dare you miss an open? How dare you miss an open goal in a freaking World Cup? Then you actually have the cheek to continue to smile and still post on freaking Instagram. There you go. So, that's how we going, man. All right, what are we doing, man? Guys, when sending those cues, man, sending those cues. Who would the loss be worse for? Barca for another elimination, adding more to a troubled season, or PSG for losing after spending specifically for the UCL and Neymar losing to his former team? Bro, I told you we're gonna get this. Guys, we're gonna go into Sunday. The pressure will be on PSG. The pressure will be on PSG. You just got a new coach. You sacked Tuchel. You have the team, Neymar at his peak, the superstar, Mbappe and so forth. You were last year's finalists. You're playing against a team that got pimps back to 8-2, and the whole talk is Barca are finished. They need to sort of reform. They need to rebuild and everything. So my Lord in heaven, all the pressure and all the focus will be on Barcelona. Will be on PSG. It'll be bad if Barcelona lose. I mean, if they were to lose, my gosh, we actually lost in the round of 16. If PSG lose to this Barcelona side that people are saying are finished, it would be much worse. It would be much worse for PSG. You know. If Zidane wasn't sent off in the 06 World Cup final, would France have won? I keep saying this, man. Italians don't want to say this, man. They don't want to say this. It was written in this, it's just like Grosso for Italy. There was just something about what Grosso was doing where, yeah, man, Grosso, he's going to really say what's up with these guys. He's really leading these guys. He's really taking those guys to the next plateau. There was just something about what Zidane was doing, the story, that it made sense that he's going to be the guy. That when all is said and done, he's going to be the guy that scores the goal that wins France the World Cup. I am 100% convinced. And maybe Italy knew this. Italy knew that, bro, let's just get this guy sent off. And maybe in Maserati's mind is like, look, man, let me just say something to trigger him and see what he says. Because if we're going to get this guy sent off, we are in a very good position. Because I am convinced if Zidane stays on that pitch, he either scores or produces something that makes France win. And my Lord in heaven, guys, if Zidane wins that World Cup, I think we're gonna have a conversation with Pele and Maradona. Let's see, Zidane will have to talk to Pele and Maradona, because as right now, Zidane can't really talk to Pele and Maradona. He can whisper, but he can't talk to them. If he wants that, he's allowed to talk to Pele and Maradona. He's allowed to talk because you know what? 2 World Cups, 2. But ifs, buts, and maybes, man. Ifs, buts, and maybes. Hey, which team do you think will win the CL first? PSG or Man City? Good question. Which team do you think will win the CL first? I'm going to put I believe Man City will win it before PSG. Because yes, they've messed up. Yes, they've been complete and utter bricks. I just have more faith in Pep than Pochettino. I have zero faith in Pochettino. Hence, myself, that was a very stupid hire to get Pochettino. Like for me, Man City they could very easily mess up. But if I was to hazard a guess, you see, for me, like, let's keep it real, man. Yes, PSG came close to winning it. It's funny, ironic thing is that PSG actually struggled more against Atalanta than they did against Bayern Munich. But remember, in PSG they didn't have against Atalanta they didn't have Mbappe to begin with. And look, man, guys, and see now. Guys, imagine my narrative. I told you guys, I've got so many narratives. If Marco wins a CL, if you allow Marco He's flipping cigarette-filled hands on that CL. My Lord in heaven. But for me, Man City. Man City, because of Pep and Lochetino. I have zero trust in Lochetino. Zero trust, man. Zero trust in that dude. HH, where we were sold a lie on Raheem Sterling on being world class. He's an average dribbler and footballer. Whoever said he was world class? He was very consistent. At a time, you could argue that, he had a world-class effect on and what's it called? He had a world-class effect on Man City, but he was never a true world-class talent. He's never been a world-class talent. I think Sterling is very reliant on the coach, and he was very reliant on the instructions that he was given. Sterling is a system merchant. He's dependent on the system working. He cannot exist outside of the system. He cannot take things into his own hands and be able to now work and operate and think alternatively. So, and for me, I don't think that ever since Sterling missed the open goal against Leon, I don't think he's ever been the same. I think that has so destroyed him psychologically. I don't think he even knows how badly that's affected him, because that was a horrendous miss. That was an absolutely horrendous freaking miss, man. But yeah, look, for City's 2 seasons, 100 points and 98 points, you could have given Sterling the job. He was amazing, and he was very vital for City winning those 2 league titles. But to now say he is a definitive world-class talent, that's a no-no, man. And look, man, we're gonna have to discuss this on Sunday, man. I thought Bill would do something. Like, this might be one of the biggest flops of a transfer that we have. I mean, I am shocked by how badly Bill has flopped. I did not see this coming, because I thought, my gosh, wow, man, this could be. And I think this was supposed to be the move that I think that would have made the difference for Tottenham, because if Tottenham got beast mode, I think Tottenham would be in a very strong position to win the league. But I think what has screwed over Mourinho, that's why I said, how much can you really blame Mourinho? Because Mourinho's like, boom, you know what this guy can do? So imagine if we get beast mode. We have Kane, we have Son, we have 3 goal-scoring freaks. Boom! But who would have thought that this guy would turn into a freaking Brickaricious? So, I think Bill might be finished, man. Bill might be finished. And I think what a sad end to a career. He's still done his thing, man. 2 goals in 2 Champions League finals. 4 he's won 4 Champions League titles. Yeah, 4 Champions League titles. Actually, where was he in 2017? So because in 2017, I don't think because he didn't play the final. I know he was obviously, well, I remember he said he may have actually scored in 3 Champions League finals, because they said that Ramos didn't touch the ball. So that his free kick in 2016 was actually like his goal. But yeah, man, look, I think he's made his impact in the game. And I think that not many players from these British Isles, I think, had as much of an effect as Bale did, man. So, but the move has been a complete and utter failure, man. Complete and total utter failure. Who is better, the 09 CL winners or Man United 1999 CL winners? That's it. That's a tough one because I've always felt that the 2011 team was better than the '09 team, although the '09 team won a treble. Um, that's very hard to say. Perhaps a football battle. Um, for me, my edge would be '09 because of that front three. It doesn't mean that they would win. See, for me, I think the best team is '09, but I think United may win that game because I think Ferguson, with that team, would be able to find a way of beating that Barca '09 team. Now, the 2011 team, it's a bit different gravy. For that '09 team, because that was Ferguson's best team. Like, the Ferguson team that he had in '08, '09 was not as good as that treble winning team, which was that was a crazy team. You know, you had Peak Scholes, you had freaking Cole, you had York, you had Roy Keane, and so forth, so it was a big time team, man. But I'm not sure whether they'd win in a game, man. Yasser said, man, thank you for the dub, man. Thank you for the dub. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. So he said there was a reason why Zidane wanted to get rid of him. Everyone was fooled because he scored a bicycle and a brace against a scholar. Not so surprised. We cannot take away that bicycle kick. I get who was in goal. I get we're dealing with a scholar who was in goal. But first off, let's respect a bicycle kick on the run in a CL final. Respect that first to begin with. Let's just first respect that. Then, when we respect that, then we can then say Zidane was right. I think Zidane was proven right by how useless he's been. Zidane was proven right. He was proven right. What can he say? Like, dude has been trash, and I think he obviously knew this because maybe I was saying, man, play Bill. But I think that all that time he spent off and away from the game, I think mentally he has switched off. I just think, for me, I feel that Bale has fallen out of love with football. And I think he actually loves golf more than football right now. So, and when it doesn't matter how good you are, when you're not mentally in it in football, bro, you're of no use to anyone. You're of no use to anyone. Well, who's beeping me, man? Come on, let me just send this quick message, man. Bear with me, man. Just a little walk thing. Nah, they will do it. No, they will do it. So, do you rate Dalglish, Kempes, and Eusebio in terms of all-time strikers? I rate them, but I wouldn't put them top 15. Top 20? Eusebio, you may say maybe top 20, top 25. But for me, I wouldn't put them top 15 greatest strikers of all time, because I told you, making a top 15 list is very, very, very hard because there are so many different factors you have to take into account, because, as I said again, when you use the word a great striker, it's not just about how many goals you scored. That's a factor. But a great striker is someone who achieves greatness through striking. So it's going to be about how many winning goals do you have? What have your goals won? What happened when you scored? Equalizers, winning goals, those are the things. Did your goals lead to trophies? So, to be a great striker, you have to do great things in the striking arena. That's always very key. What else are we saying? Man? Yeah, no. It was a robbery, bro. It was a freaking robbery. As I said again, UEFA didn't want it. UEFA didn't want. See, UEFA would gladly have Chelsea, Barca twice, you know, but UEFA didn't want Chelsea and United for two finals in a row. 1000%. UEFA just said to the referee, "Do what you need to do. Make sure these guys don't go over." It's like the Montreal screw job. It's for me. It is the biggest. I think apart from the Spain, South Korea, and Italy, South Korea games in the World Cup. For me, it's the biggest farce in football. It is the biggest and most obvious farce in football that I've ever seen. Because the refereeing in there was it was a like, bro. I'm sorry, it's a penalty. I'm sorry, it's a penalty. You've got to give it. You can't not give it. You've got to give it. You know. But it is what it is, I mean, once you ever decide on something, there's very little you can do, man. All right, what does he guys say, man? What's the hardest position to master? To master. Something tells me winger. Something tells me winger might be the hardest ones, man. I think winger might be the hardest one because um, it's a very difficult position to play because you have so little space to walk into, you know. Um, and you say to yourselves that how many truly great wingers have there been? Not that many. Like truly amazing wingers. You can talk about the great strikers, the great midfielders, the great defenders, the great fullbacks. How many great wingers have there been? Because you ask yourself, Garincha, Figo, Giggs. I don't want to say because when I say winger, not inside forward. A guy whose main thing is to cross. Ribery, for sure. It's a very difficult. And the reason why it's so difficult is because there's so little space to work with. Hence why it's wing back is easier to play than winger. Because wing back, you have a lot more space to walk into. you know, for the wing, it is a very, very small space. Because if you're a winger, you're not supposed to cut into the inside. You're supposed to keep it at the outside and walk in that area. So you coming inside, you're messing with what the manager wants you to do as a winger, which is to stretch the game and to try and walk the space out there, then trying to produce crosses in. So for me, I'd say winger is the hardest position to master. Says in the modern game, it's a central midfielder. The thing with central midfield, once you're in the groove, you're in the groove. So it comes second nature to you. So, like, remember, in midfield, you have so much. You're in the center of the space. It's not. Remember, Aaron said, "What is the most hardest to master?" For me, the hardest position to play, just hardest, is central midfield because of how demanding it is. It doesn't mean that it's hard to master. You can master the central midfield, but even if you've mastered it, it is still a very difficult position to play because it is so demanding, because so much the team depends on you. Because if you don't work as a central midfielder, the team doesn't work because you connect everything as a central midfielder. So you have the biggest responsibility for your team, which is the central midfield player. But so it's hard, but doesn't mean that it's a hard position to master, and even in the modern game, I still say no. All right. What am I saying, man? Which league is the most entertaining right now? Premier League is very entertaining because see, let's say in terms of what I think, Premier League is very entertaining because of people who they win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Up down, up down, up down, and because of the roundabout nature of it and the unpredictability, I think that the Premier League this season is very, very entertaining. But for me, I think what's happening in Serie is entertaining right now. La Liga is entertaining because I think in La Liga right now, Barca and Real Madrid, because they're not as dominant, they're in games. Look at Granada almost knocked out Barcelona, and Barcelona are really having to fight against all of these teams. Look at Real Madrid lost to Levante now. French league is saying something. PSG are now having to now work hard in the French league. So the French league is slowly saying something now. But I think the Serie is I think this has probably been one of the more entertaining Serie A seasons. Because I think right now Juve are really, because Juve were in a title race last season. I think they're right now in the thick of it between Inter and AC Milan. But I think I see a Premier League and Serie A, I would say. But yeah, the Premier League is wild, bro. The Premier League is freaking wild. Honest opinion on the referees in England, VAR, and how can it be fixed? The referees in England are trash, which is why hardly any of them gets picked at tournaments. Which basically, it just shows you the arrogance of England and the FA. There's a reason why none of you guys are picked to be referees. Shouldn't you go and try and be better and use VAR to help guys? So, English referees, more than any referees, go to the freaking screen and look. Okay? Don't just rely on someone in a freaking booth somewhere else. You go to you must, than any other league, go to the screen and look. But yeah, English referees aren't very good. They used to be good. They used to be really good, but I think because referees back in England, back in the 90s, 2000s were actually really good, but they've just gotten really bad. I don't know why they've gotten really bad. I think Michael Oliver might be the only alright one, but I just think that compared to the Germans and the Italians, and even the Spanish, they are for really bad. But you see, as people said, VAR isn't the issue. VAR was never the issue. The problem is how VAR is used. If there is an incident, go to the screen. See, VAR is just a technology. VAR is just a freaking technology that says, this is what this is. This is what happened in this incident, and you do your thing. Go to the freaking screen with your freaking lazy ass. Okay, take your lazy ass over to the freaking screen, look at the damn screen, and then make a decision there. We're using all the angles, slow motion, and so forth. So, look, man, it's basically it is how these things are used, bro. It's how these things are used, man. And who should replace Handanovic? Well, you obviously can't get Donnarumma from your Milan boys. I don't really know any good quality young keepers out there, Handanovic is going to be very hard to replace. I think he's definitely been one of the most underrated keepers of the last 5, 6, 7 years. He's going to be very hard to replace. I can't think of any good quality young keepers of this who can give you the kind of consistent quality that Handanovic gave people, man. So it's going to be tough to see, because as of right now, the young keeper, right, and the keeper who is expected to be the next big thing is Donnarumma. England have a few interesting dudes like this Nick Pope guy and so forth, but I think Donnarumma is really the next guy who's going to pretty much take over the mantle of Buffon, and they're both called Gianluigi. If they end up winning this year, I swear. Maybe you've not heard of my hashtag. My hashtag is 10 in a row. I need it for my narrative. Okay? I need it for my narrative. My narrative is needed. Because if you win 10 in a row, I'm going to have a very, very important video to say. Because of that, and for me, I'm the only guy that sees this. I'm the only guy that views this as ridiculous as it should be viewed as. Of these guys doing the whole thing, man. So if Germany don't win the 2014 World Cup, the systems become as prevalent in modern day for football. For me, I think if I don't think Germany winning the World Cup had that much of an effect. It's just what it was. And you always have that international for football. You have people who come with a system, and you have people who come with stars. I think Brazil and Argentina will always be a team led by stars, always, and to maybe a less extent Holland. That's always the beauty of international football, is that is just what you are culturally like. Brazil, Argentina will always say, no, we are dependent on these 2, 3 stars. That's how we are. We're not coming in with a system, or a Spain, a Germany, and Italy are always going to come with a system, and like that final was a system versus the superstar, and it was the same thing in 1986. It was a system against the superstar. In 86, the superstar won. In 2014, the system won. So, and that's just how it is. Like, Germany will never be a team led by a superstar or so superstars. Argentina will never be a team led by a system. And that is always going to go. That is always what it's going to be. Hence, why you say to yourself that when Messi now retires, who is now going to take up his mantle as being the guy and that dude? Because remember, I don't know whether you guys remember this dude called Ariel Ortega. Around late 90s, early 2000s, he was supposed to be the next Maradona. Remember, so Maradona, his last thing was, of course, the 94 World Cup. And then Ortega then came into the fray late 90s, early 2000s. People were like, wow, Bush, he's like the next Maradona. But he obviously didn't live up to expectation. So Argentina were always waiting, okay, who's going to be the next guy? So for Brazil and Argentina, they are always waiting for that superstar, because that is how their team is always built. And Dunga was trying to now go away from that. I was like, oh, no, it's about team, it's about team. And then you go bounced out by freaking Holland, So I think internationally is where you cannot go against your nature. Italy will always be catenaccio, defense, pragmatism, through at the back, And it's funny though, because so what is England's DNA? Because if England persists with heart, pride, passion as their DNA, they're not winning anything. Heart and pride can only take you so far. You need skill and intelligence. Because now that England have quality young players, Foden, Sancho, freaking you throw Rashford in there as well. Like, you have some good quality guys all on the way through. I think you now have to now try and go back to now trying. Okay, let's play football. You just shoving passion and try hard for these young England guys. You're just gonna get beat when you face a real team. But England will always be stubborn, and they'll never listen. They'll never ever listen, man. But I think it's time that England, you change your mentality, bro. Which CL final was more of a miracle? 99, 2014, or 2012? More of a miracle. Good question. That is a good question. 2012. That was a excellent Man United team who beat Inter Milan, beat Barcelona, and beat Juventus on their way to that final. 2014, Real Madrid they were the better team. Yes, Atletico won the league and so forth. It was still Real Madrid who had the better players. So maybe you're not saying they were the better team, they had the better players. And I think maybe people favored them in that. I still think Real Madrid were slight favorites. I think in that Champions League final, I think United were probably the favorites based on who they beat to get there. In 2014, despite Atletico winning the league, I still say Real were the favorites based on who they had on their team. 2012, that Bayern Munich team were playing in their home ground. They were playing in their home ground. That was pretty much the same team that won the treble the next year. All they added was Javi Martinez. Apart from Javi Martinez, it was the very same team that won the treble the next year. So that was an amazing Bayern Munich team. That wasn't an amazing Chelsea team. Chelsea's team in 2005 was way better. Chelsea's team in 2005, 2008, 2009 was way better than that team in 2012. Because 2012, this was the guys past their peak last hurrah. Chelsea really had no business winning that final. So if anything was a miracle, it was that. And even when you watch the 2012 final, Bayern were all over Chelsea. They were all over them. Hence why when Bayern scored, you were like, okay, this is it. It's over. Like, okay, cool. Then when I was like, wait, how did they equalize? How? That it was a miracle, bro. It was a miracle. It was an absolute miracle. Latin, relax, bro. Will there ever be a African or Caribbean team that will win a World Cup trophy? Remember, I did a piece on it. If you want to view that, it's on the channel about an African side, the World Cup and everything. Very difficult. It will be very, 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 very difficult. Because as I explained it in the video, when you look at France, Belgium, England, a lot of their players are from African descent. So more and more talents from Africa, and even the Caribbean as well, are switching their allegiance. Sterling, Caribbean. Look at the French team: Matuidi, Pogba, Kanté, the Us, Varane, Umtiti, Mbappe, African descent, but playing for France. So it's going to be impossible because you need talent. So all Africa or a Caribbean team can hope for is there's just a special generation. Similar to what you saw with Ivory Coast. Because I think, Ivory Coast were unlucky because they were in very tough groups. Because I remember, like, in 06, very hard group. 2010, pretty tough group. 2014, the team had already beginning to now get past their peak, specifically Drogba and so forth. But you say to yourself that if they were given a much more easier kind of grouping in 06, who knows what they could have done? Who knows what they could have done in 06, but it was a very, very tough group. A very, very tough group that they had, But yeah, it's going to be unlikely, bro. All right. Are Liverpool signings embarrassing for a big club? COVID. What are you supposed to do, man? You just need to get a defender. You need to get a defender. Ideally, you want to get a defender that can say what's up and a defender that is top tier. So, okay, Upamecano, Skriniar, De Vrij, so forth. Really, really top defenders. But, if you can't get them, time is running out. You need a defender. Okay, I need a defender right now. Beggars can't be choosers. I need a defender. I can't get these top targets. Okay, we need some. Okay, Van Dijk down, Gomez down, Matip down. You know, but should that still be an excuse though to flop the way they've done? I don't know. Alright, you guys, send in those cues, man. Send in those cues. Maybe give you another 20 minutes, man. Maybe give you guys another 20 minutes, man. Let's take some M&Ms, man. Let me have some M&Ms. It's Friday night, and I feel alright. The party's down on the west side. Let's see. Alright. Let's shift things down. If Man City win the Premier League this season, but they don't win the Champions League, do we still need to give Pep credit? So let's have that slight conversation here. And we may even talk about this on Saturday. So if Pep wins the league this season, tough season, COVID season, but they don't win the CL, do we need to still give Pep his credit? Yes or no? HH, do you think Griezmann is going to keep up his performance or lose his position in the team to Fati? But have you heard about Fati? Have you heard the news? They say Fati is out till April. Or rather, he's out till earliest end of March. So, body blow. If Barcelona had Fati for the PSG game, Lord in heaven. So, guys, I can't wait for that Barca game. I can't wait for that. The thing about that Barca PSG game is this. I want everyone fit. I want everyone fit. I want everybody as fit as a fiddle. If PSG lose to Barcelona without Ansu Fati, and you lose to Pedri and Griezmann, and you've got Neymar and Mbappe as well, bro, Neymar's finished. Like I told you guys, I'm a narrative merchant. I live for this. I live for narratives. I love narratives. If Neymar loses to our Barca side, you're done. You're finished. Because I already don't believe you're going to win that World Cup in 2022. Now. Because we don't know that, bro. If you don't win a World Cup, Neymar, irrelevant. You're Zico. You're Kaka. Basically, if you don't win a World Cup, you are no better than Zico or Kaka. What? You are no better than Zico or Kaka. Yes, I said it. If you lose to Barcelona, full strength PSG side, and they don't have Ansu Fati, no Xavi, no Iniesta, and so forth, and you lose to those guys, woo! I pray, please, the football gods, I'm praying to you. I want Messi and him on that pitch. I want to put them on that because I need that. Both on that pitch. Let's see what goes. Because guys, please, I'm begging you. Back and forth. Neymar has the ball. Messi has the ball. Messi trying to connect. Neymar trying to connect. Boom! Let's hit it. Let's slap that, man. Told you guys, legacies on the line. Legacies are on the line. Okay. How many times do I have to say this? He didn't play any part of O2. It's like saying, oh, Ronaldo has a World Cup in 94. He played no part. I say, oh, he played. No. I remember that O2 World Cup. I don't remember any Kaka playing there. Okay, I'm older than most of you guys. Kaka played no part in O2. Kaka does not have a World Cup. He doesn't. I'm sorry. He doesn't. Same reason why I say Pele only has 2 World Cups. He doesn't have 3. Pele has 2 World Cups. 58, 70. Kaka does not have a World Cup. You play no part in O2. I'm sorry. He doesn't have one. All right? So, what's the guy saying, man? I just don't want Barca to get also destroyed. Also, I think if everyone is fit, PSG easily win. Neymar, Di Maria, Mbappe, Verratti, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Navas, it would be too much for Barcelona. When's the game? When? Oh, easy, guys. Just chill, relax, easy. Bro, what's this? Wait. When are you going? Feb 16. Remember, Feb 16, that's just part 1. That's just part 1. Wait, what? When is part 2? When is part 2? Martin. Feb 16, Martin. Feb 16, Martin. Feb 16, part 1. Martin, part 2. Hopefully, COVID will allow us to do this sort of. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is that let's just chill. Because this Barcelona side is... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading into the so it's only Granada and so forth. Are we seeing Serie? Are we seeing Serie? I'm saying. Because PSG, these guys, they lost to Croissant FC on the weekend. And you know how I always say that in La Liga, you are battle tested every single week. PSG, you're playing part-timers every single week. I need everyone fit. I need everyone fit for that game, man. I need everyone fit for that. No. Yeah, agree. Yeah, let's say February. No. Well, bringing back no excuses, guys. I told you, guys, we're bringing back the hashtag, guys. The hashtag is coming back, guys. The meal is coming back. I told you, I told you guys, I'm fake. I'm a very, very fake guy. You see, Premier La Liga, I just do this because we just need to just get the channel going, and I need to do the whole day by day, guys. I'm here for the I told you, I'm fake. I'm here for the Champions League. But football, you need to be professional. Like, okay, La Liga, Premier League, things are going. Guys, come Feb 16, you won't find me. Come Feb 16, I could be Caucasian. I could be Caucasian in Feb 16. I told you, I'll change. I live for this stuff. I live for this CL. I told you guys, I've been watching this CL since 1995. Since I was a young buck in Nigeria. In 1990, when Ajax won it in 1995, I've been watching the CL. Since 1995. 1995, when Ajax won it. I told you, man, this is my thing. I told you, life is so harsh. It's so bad. It's so difficult. Clutch onto the things that make you happy. Grab hold to things that make you happy. The Champions League, it makes me happy, man. It makes me happy. There are very few things that bring me more joy than the Champions League. So it is what it is, man. So, it was no. No, look, guys, man. It's like, see, This I was even thinking about this, man. I almost wish I was you guys. If you know what I mean, I almost wish I was you guys because like I wish I was like an audience member of like football hot. So you just know that as soon as the whistle blows after 8-2, you're like, bro, get that mail and you know your boy is gonna be on that stream. Hopefully, incense withstanding, you know your boy gonna be. So just that the wait until the post match analysis because what's because I did an interview with some guys, like they were doing like this podcasting and everything, and they said, "Oh, what are your most exciting videos to do?" I say, "Bro, like a post match analysis straight after a Champions League game or a World Cup game, specifically if it's like a big game, a big time game, bro. That's like the best thing in the world because I'm like, we have let's get that reaction." I told you, like after Liverpool, Barcelona, like I didn't even know what to say. I did not know what to say after that Liverpool Barcelona. After 8-2, I was like, but those nights, nah, I'm not. Our grill was amazing, man. Our grill was going to race, man. Now this is interesting though. Which team do you think will win Europa League? Europa League, this is big time. Sociedad look high. Sociedad look high. But are we sleeping on Man United? Are we sleeping on Man United? You know, I think for Tottenham, look, Tottenham, these guys are not serious. Wait, who are Tottenham even playing in the Wolfsburg? Oh no, Wolves. Was that Wolfsburg or Wolfsberg? Oh, Wolfsburg. Wait, who the freak are Wolfsburg? Oh wow. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm keeping my eye on Real Sociedad. You know, always keep your eyes on these Spanish teams, man. These Spanish teams. Sevilla, they were the guys that won it last year. Like Inter should have won it last year. They really should have. But these Spanish teams, man. So I've got my eyes on Real Sociedad because oh yeah, obviously Sevilla now in the Champions League, man. But you've got to keep your eyes on those dudes, man. But United could make a run. United could definitely make a run. You know, yeah. There's a team called Wolfsburg. Um, no, Ben, it ain't the same people. It's called Wolfsburg, not Wolfsburg. It's called Wolfsburg. All right. Yeah, it's Milan look alright, man. It's Milan look right. Thoughts on Goretzka as a box-to-box midfielder? I think he's underrated. In my opinion, potentially to be one of the best box-to-box midfielders of his generation. I think we need to hold our horses before talking about a guy being like generational. But I'll tell you this though, because when I saw him at Schalke, I was like, yeah, he hired and so forth, but standard player, bro, he was a freaking beast for Bayern, specifically in the CL, and even for the whole treble run. I mean, his consistency after the break was amazing, and in terms of a guy running in from midfield and shooting from midfield, he's one of the best. I mean, how many attacking midfielders running from deep and who are so dangerous outside the box? How many are better than Goretzka? But now calling him one of the best of his generation, I think can be a bit far because my thing about it is that well, you would say Yaya Toure was the generation before because those two Yaya Toure seasons has got to be some of the best attacking midfield work I've ever seen in my entire life. It was freaking insane what Yaya Toure did, man. But he's been money. Griezmann's been money. But let's see what he does this season, man. I know. Thank you. Wolfsberger are from Australia, man. Um. All right. What did you guys say, man? Um. I don't know, bro. Sevilla or Dortmund. At the moment, if you're going to ask me now, I'm edging it towards Sevilla. That's why it's the beauty. Like, when the draw was made, I said this was the most 50-50 tie when the draw was made. As of right now, I think 58, like 58-42. 58-42 in favor of Sevilla. You know, I think right now Sevilla are better in form, and I think Sevilla are just better placed and they are in a better package to deal with Dortmund. I'm not a fan of this Dortmund manager and so forth, but they still got Haaland. But if Dortmund's key guys can pop off, they can beat Sevilla for sure. I think Dortmund have better firepower. Sevilla, I think, is a better coached team. Sevilla are a better unit. Dortmund have more killer apps at their disposal. So, but that's going to be a great game. I can't wait for that game. That's going to be a great game. All right. Maybe around another 10 minutes and then I'll be out of here, man. Come on, guys. Something interesting. What's something interesting? 10 minutes and then I'll be out of here, man. These minutes and your boy will be out of here. You know, needs to have a meal. You know, and then you know, eat, relax, chillax, and so forth. You know my stuff. I mean, who do you think will make the World Cup semis in 2022? Difficult to say. Difficult to say. Hard to say because so many things can change from now until then. You know, it's very hard to say. Like, I mean, but teams, I think that this is a better way to answer it. Teams that I think would be in the mix. I'm still a bit iffy on France. Portugal, I think will be in the mix for sure. I think Brazil will be in the mix. Portugal, Brazil. Yeah, I mean, maybe Italy. I think Italy may just sneak in there. And for the fourth one, I don't know whether to put France in there or do you put England in there? You know, I don't know because the thing about England is the manager. England have some interesting talent. They have some interesting talents, but the manager is a brick, and Southgate just would not know how to handle these dudes, man. So it's a tricky one, man. You know, and see, for me, Netherlands were heading in a very, very exciting direction under Ronald Koeman. But when Koeman decided to take his talents to Camp Nou, I think they lost a great manager, man. They lost a really great manager, you know. But look, man, I said again, Portugal, man, that's a team you should look out for. Because I think Portugal right now are one of the most balanced sides out there. You know, and I think if they can keep everybody fit, and Cristiano's going to be 37 or something? By then, I'm like, shit. So that's gonna be wild, man. That's gonna be wild. But yeah, I mean, Brazil. See for Argentina, for me, I just think Argentina's big chance was 2014. I don't think Argentina will be in a World Cup final for a long while. A long while, you know, because I think before Argentina return to a final, they need another superstar. You know, I think they'll need another superstar or to host it in their own home ground. But 2014 was their chance. I just don't see an Argentina team that can make it all the way to a final, man. They just don't have the right collective. I mean, because now, like, how old is Di Maria going to be? How old is Aguero going to be? You know, so who is going to be supporting Messi? I mean, how much faith do you have in Lautaro Martinez? I don't. You know, I don't have that much faith in Lautaro Martinez. I dare Buffon to turn up at that World Cup. I triple dare Buffon to show his face at that World Cup. I dare you. Buffon, if you're listening, I freaking dare you to show your face at that World Cup, man. I freaking dare you, bro. Yeah, yeah. Um, so he represented Croatia and England to make the World Cup, to make the semis in 2018. Yeah. No, I mean, no. I think that so who did Croatia beat again? So they beat. I don't remember their path. So who did they play in the second round and in the quarters? Russia. Yes, they played. They played Russia in the quarters because Russia beat Spain in the second round. But who did Croatia beat in the second round? Denmark. Yeah, they beat Denmark. Then they beat Russia. Then they beat England. So the path is there. I mean, come on, England. Okay, they faced Colombia, but England faced Colombia without James Rodriguez. Sweden. So sometimes you can just make the semis based on just who you're fortunate enough to face. So that's the thing, man. But the thing about the World Cup is that there is just such a small margin of error. There's such a small margin of error. You cannot mess up, because if you mess up, you are big time screwed. A big time screwed, man. All right, guys. Look, man. I think that is all from your boy Half Up here. That's all from your boy HH Half Up. Trying to do my thing. So guys, remember, man. On the weekend, as we always do, Saturday hangout. We're going to be talking about Mourinho, City, Barca, maybe even PSG, Lep, and so forth. And Sunday, we're building up, guys. Remember to stay tuned to the Football Hut as we bring you that extra stuff, the extra lovely stuff. And always be tuned to whenever there's an emergency hangouts. Whenever there's a big thing, this is the home. This is the home for the emergency hangouts. The home for the emergency hangouts, man. So, guys, man, peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Stay sexy. Your boys out there. One.